Where is it easier to do business since you're on Oahu and Maui, between the two islands?
um, well, my business on Oahu is primarily retail restaurants, so I don't have the same manufacturing issues that I have over here. Um, that's a hard one. I'd have to do a Gantt chart, if you will, not Gantt, but a Venn diagram, pros and cons. I will tell you, some of the legislation that's out there right now, I think in whole, it's just getting more difficult to do business in Hawaii.
On that front, what are you most worried about? Is there a particular bill watching?
If you log into my capital.hawaii.gov account, there's probably 24 at least bills that I'm following. I think one that I'm really concerned about that I posted yesterday about Hawaii being #1 in something, that was the state income tax level. And, I got some interesting feedback too, of course. It's like, oh, don't really feel bad for people making 200K or so. It's not about the money. Like, I'm not concerned about that. I don't like paying more than my fair share, admittedly. I'm sorry. That's just, I work very, very hard. But 16% being the highest in the country at 1/5 of the income level that California taxes at only 13.3%, that's a problem because it's going to chase away incentive to start businesses that, God forbid, are successful here. So right. Yes, we've been successful, but if I had the foresight of what the tax structures are here now, I would, like Kona Brewing Company, brew in the mainland and ship it back over. Because you know what? It's a lot easier. It's a lot cheaper. There's a lot more access to employment. There's so many other reasons. So what you're doing by taxing people that are actually creating the jobs, you're decreasing the incentive for them to take the risks. Because I don't know if everybody understands this, but if I fail, everybody here goes and gets another job. And maybe I would as well at some point. But I also have the bankruptcy. I mean, my truck, I don't own that. The business owns that. That goes to the bank. Everything I have is on the line to make this business successful every day. And that incentive, that risk aversion, that is the only way you take that risk is because you have a potential to gain. It's just like the stock market, right? You're gonna put $1,000 in because you know what? Maybe you're gonna make. Maybe you just got the next Amazon and you're gonna make millions. Maybe you lose it, but the more likely it is that you lose that money, how much are you willing to put the money in? And that's what gets created when you tax the hell out of an entrepreneur like myself. It's just Elon leaving California, going to Texas. He's like, I'm not going to pay your 13% plus. I'm just going to go where it's 0.
Right.
What are you doing for me to make my life better to do business here? And Hawaii makes it difficult at every chance. So we need to incentivize the creation of small business. And taking away the opportunity for someone to live that American dream and make that kind of money, it's a disincentivization. And that's what I'm worried about. Again, it's not don't feel bad because someone has to pay amount of taxes. That's their problem, their decision.
Right.
It's what it means for the brain drain, for the new business, for the economy as a whole. Because you know what? People will just leave.
Yeah.
Because you can.